Hello and welcome everybody to the VooPlayer Weekly Q&A webinar session. We're going to get started here in just one moment, but before we do, it could confirm that you can both hear my voice as well as see my screen, which should now say VooPlayer Q&A on it, and then we can get started. Thank you very much. We got a confirmation from William, so I'll just assume that everything is in order. Hello to everyone who's joined once more. VooPlayer's Q&A weekly webinar, as the name indicates. This is a question and answer session where we aim to answer any questions that you as users may have, provide any training on advanced features, modules, or use case of video in your business. Also to showcase new stuff that we've been working on so you can continue to leverage and value you're getting from VooPlayer. Additionally, and primarily to share, discuss, and gather and organize ideas, criticism, and suggestions on how we can improve VooPlayer in the future. My name is Peter. I am VooPlayer's product manager. And as mentioned, the weekly webinar call. So if you miss one of these, but like to take a look at the YouTube channel, as well as on our group, where, among other things, you can sign up to get updates as well as discuss VooPlayer with other users as well. One additional resource that will be good to know is if you're just getting started, VooPlayer docs.vooplayer.com is our knowledge base. In particular, the Getting Started section has a lot of useful information for getting started with your video, uploading it or linking to it, and then adding features to it, and ultimately publishing it on your platforms. Dean is saying, how are you feeling? You sound sick. You're sounding like a whistleblower, dude. I'm feeling that bad either. Just be a stuffy nose. I don't know. Feeling okay. All right. Thanks for asking. I hope you guys are all doing well as well. Where was I? So yeah, Facebook group, knowledge base. The format of the webinar is pretty straightforward. So at any time that you have a just feel free to drop it in the chat box, or if you came prepared with any questions, good time to drop it in the chat box. In general, we try to questions that are related to the usage of VooPlayer and the VooPlayer features and so on, rather than debugging issues that you have with your videos on your platforms or with some features now themes with VooPlayer and so on. So for all of that good stuff, you can continue to reach to us even after the web has finished or at any time using our live chat option in the application, or you can click over here on deletion and support and click on contact support. Additionally, here you can click on submit and vote on ideas, and that will take you to our product where you can see all the latest stuff that we're working on, stuff that we've been recently launching, as well as the ability to submit your own idea. So here you have ideas submitted by other VooPlayer users, and other VooPlayer users still are voting on them and helping us prioritize them accordingly and gain momentum on them. All right. So with all of that fun stuff away, we can turn to questions. Markers, does the description text show in the menu? Sore throat, lime juice with a dash of salt, sip slowly. I'll try that. Lime juice with a dash of. So let's get to the question. So in markers, does the description text show in the menu? I believe by default it's collapsed, so the chapter title shows in the menu, but I think the description is elapsed. So let me just grab one video that I can quickly test that with. So if I come over here to marketing tools, and CTAs and chapter markers, and I'll add a marker at second one example, and we'll say this is for first chapter, and we'll just add more really quickly at, let's say, second 4. This is going to be our second chapter description for second time, and we can save that as well, publish it, and watch it. So here in the chapters menu, we can see that the description is not showing because of, why is it not showing? Second to first chapter. Let me just take a quick look at that. That's a good point. Hide markers menu open by default. I'm not sure why the descriptions are not showing. If I'm mistaken, those descriptions should be available right under. So if I clicked here, that should expand that sort of box, which is for the second chapter. Let me just take a quick at it really quickly. So let's target this. So yeah, here I have description for second, but why is it not showing? Description for second, you can see it's included in here, but that's not being shown because all right, now we can see the description for the first chapter, and definitely gladly sort that out really quickly. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. That should be resolved by tomorrow. Rick is saying, when playing a hybrid YouTube link, end of play, suggestion videos are showing up. Is that normal? So we've been discussing this over and over again, but we can do it once more. So the situation with YouTube is somewhat complicated. So if you're hosting your videos on YouTube, there are a lot more than several considerations to be made in source of the video can be extracted. So for in the knowledge base, so I'll just do YouTube. So migrating. So the first article that you should read through is that all of the settings for the YouTube video are matching what's in here. So your video does not have age restrictions. Your video is licensed as the Creative Commons. There are no copyrighted content in it, and so on. The video is not private, and so on and so on and so on. So after all of those conditions have been met, that time you can import it to VooPlayer, and it will not show channel branding, related videos, and all of that fun stuff. You can just have your source video in that way. However, that does not guarantee that and that is because when we're asking YouTube, hey, give us a source for this video, we're doing that a million times a minute for all the different videos, for all the different views. So every time somebody views a video, we need to ask YouTube, hey, give us the info for this video. And they're somewhat restrictive about that because they're relying on their term use, and their usage of that video is not going, and they're not able to show ads over it, and so on and so on. They can sometimes be mad at us, and they can blast our IP addresses for the servers from which we're making requests, and when they do so, then at that time no longer able to get from that server, which doesn't mean that the next person coming to view that I get hit it from another server. So we're hitting YouTube requests from thousands of different servers, and sometimes we'll get blacked. And when that happens, then you're gonna start seeing related videos on those videos which have been seeing related videos before. William is asking, are you guys considering the previously discussed chapter magnification will look great with this update player? Chapter magnification feature. You'll have to remind me what that is, William. My mind is lost. I can't recall what chapter magnification might be. Chapter zoom into a chapter, and what happens then? Now listening to myself, I actually think that I'm feeling not too well. Enlarge chapter section. I'm still not understanding how can you enlarge a chapter within a video. What are you enlarging? The timeline you wanna. I'm at a loss. Maybe you can follow up with chapter hover. So I come over here to this video and I hover over it, and then what happens? What gets magnified? The interaction. Or this chapter menu, make it bigger. Maybe if somebody else knows what we're talking about, you can chime in. I'm at a loss. I don't know what we can make bigger. The chapter marker, the list item in the menu. If you the pop-up of that chapter, I think the name that comes up when hovering on the chapter. Yeah, that can definitely be improved and magnified. Certainly, why not? Be a stylate at best chapter magnification feature. That's what confused me. I imagine somehow zoom magnifying the actual chapter, but if all it has to do is just with highlighting and making the chapter type larger, that can be easily done just with a styling update. So you can definitely do that if that's what you're referring to. If sometimes the easiest way to kind of does these things is visually, so you can just create a quick squid and then send it in to us so we can review it and see if the suggested improvement for the design of any element, be it a chapter marker or be it a look and perform better. Dean is saying when one views the pop-up chapter text, having it bigger with a magnification would be helpful. Text is somewhat small. Yeah, all right. I finally understood what the issue was, and I can now address it. I haven't been on a while. What is the ETA for the new player? We're looking at second half of the year for the full release. While we're still actively in beta testing, it's available. So wants to kind of test it out and take it for a ride. The beta testing program is open, and the updates, we actually have a couple of updates. the updates and the beta program can be accessed from the knowledge base. All right, cool. Do we have any other questions? Well, that lime juice, salt, and sip it slowly. Remember that. Lime juice with a dash of salt and sip slowly. Lime juice just sounds so nasty, but I'll give it a go. Thanks for the tip. Do we have any other questions? Are there any plans to upgrade watch page? Yeah, there are a lot of plans to upgrade watch page, and that's all bundled in with of its looks and functionality, with feedback that we've already gathered and the lessons learned from the current watch page. We're also considering the updates to of its functionality. Now, how that will be rolled out is still not decided, but some bigger reworks of that watch page, like making it a channel page and so on, and make it customizable, and adding secondary calls to action can definitely be something that are going to be packed within the new player as we realize the value of the interactions that can be accomplished on. All right, thank you all for joining this week. Hopefully we'll see you week and have a great remainder of this week. Bye.